everyone. It's Sarah Shipton here from Scrapbooking with Sarah, and I am coming live to you on May 21st for this week's Scrapbooking Challenge. I'm so excited to see that some of you have already created your layout, and you can see why, right? Look how simple and easy this layout is. Hi Kim, thanks so much for joining us today. It's great to have you live. So we are starting with a new Make It From Your Heart book, guys. And this book that we are starting with is volume 6, which was the most recent how-to pattern guide that Close to My Heart brought out last year on September 1st. And this particular book, unfortunately, has sold out with the announcement that Close to My Heart would be closing, but I was able to grab an extra one before Close to My Heart finished up. So I do have volume 6 in stock. If there's anyone that's watching and would like to get their hands on volume 6 that was not able to order it, then I do have one of these in stock, and I'm happy to pop it aside for you. So we are starting with this how-to pattern guide, and we are working with pattern number 1. If you've got the book, girls, it is on pages 6 and 7. If you don't have the book, then I have posted the pattern and the instruction in the comment section of the weekly scrapbooking challenge that I posted yesterday. Now, why do I love these how-to pattern books? Well, as you can see here, there is a bunch of helpful patterns. There's 34 patterns in this particular book. 9 of them are double-page scrapbook patterns. 10 of them are single-page scrapbook patterns, and then there's also some card patterns in here as well. So this particular book would be beneficial for the crafter that is doing both scrapbooking and card making. The other thing that I wanted to point out as well, hi Pauline, hi Yasmin, thanks so much for joining us today. It's so great to see you guys online. The other thing that I wanted to point out as well is that even though this pattern is for a single page layout, you could actually duplicate this and you just cut everything, double the instructions, and then you will have enough to be able to do a right-hand side page as well. But you know what? It had been a year since we had done a single page layout for our weekly scrapbooking challenge. And as I commented yesterday, it's not very often that I would scrapbook one photo to a page, right? And there is a number of reasons for that. I kind of feel like if I'm sitting down and this is my scrapbooking time, I want to be able to get as many of my photos and as much of the story onto my layout as possible, right? So I'm thinking about making best use of my time. But there is certainly situations that call for a one photo per page layout, right? And I did list them yesterday in my post in our Facebook group and also on my Facebook page, Scrapbooking with Sarah Shipton, Stampin' Up! Demonstrated. But I'm going to run through those with you today. So where would you use a one photo page layout? Well, you can definitely use, and also a single page layout is great for the title page in your scrapbook and also the very last page in your scrapbook because they are only single page layouts, right? One photo per page is great if you are wanting to highlight a special occasion. It might be a milestone birthday, like an 18th or a 21st, a 30th, 40th, and so on. It could be a wedding anniversary. It could be an engagement or a wedding. It might be the start of your holiday album. It could be a special vacation that you've taken. It might be a graduation. It could just be a personal goal that you have reached in your life and you want to document it. So that leads into the next category in that your photograph might be a photo of taken from another series of photos, but the story that you want to document is super relevant. It's super important. It's special to you. This particular photo is actually not anything special. This photo was taken, well, I mean, it is, but I mean, like, it's not like one of those things where I had this really massive story to tell about it. As I lead into telling you the story about this photo. So this photo was actually taken on a walking tour that I did last year in Paris. So I don't know if any of you have seen the Netflix show Emily in Paris. I love that show. I just love the vibe and I love the fashion and I love the storyline, and It just is, it's just so fun. And before we went to Paris last year for my husband's 50th birthday, I had stumbled across this Emily in Paris like walking tour. Like I knew that they did a lot of the location filming on set is like live, like it's actually out on the streets in Paris, right? And so I stumbled across this guy called Fabian who did these Emily in Paris walking tours. He started them in COVID and they became super popular. And now he does these walking tours in Paris and he takes you to like the apartment set where Emily lives. You go to like the restaurants, the fashion, the little boulangeries. I can't speak French and I haven't got a French accent either, girl. So like the little bakeries and the coffee shops, the patisseries. It was so fun. And so this is actually in the garden, Jardin du Luxembourg. That's my attempt at the pronunciation, right? And so we were walking here into the gardens and this scene here, like the garden standing behind me, I just thought it was the coolest thing. All the Parisians were sitting around outside. This was like a beautiful spring day and they'd finished work or study for the day. And Fabian, our tour guide, was telling us that they literally don't go home. They will go and sit in a park. They will read a book. They will take a picnic. They will stroll the gardens. I just love that. And there were people out everywhere. And this particular garden is where a lot of the film sets were actually, a lot of the sets, what am I trying to say, where a lot of the filming took place, right? And so we were just kind of like strolling through the garden, all the flowers were in the background, everyone kind of like sitting around and reading and talking and eating at the end of their afternoon. And I just loved it. It was such a vibe. And so, okay, I said I didn't have like this great big story about the photo, but I do, right? And so I guess that if you had a really special photo that you wanted to document and this really big story that you wanted to share, that would be a great opportunity for you to have a single photo per page. I guess that this was a goal of mine in that I found him, I booked it online with him directly. It was one of those things that kind of like serendipity, it worked out when we didn't think it was going to work out. I went and did the tour on my own. So my husband and son didn't come with me. I didn't know anyone else on the tour. I literally just went and met this guy and we had such a great afternoon. We hit it off and now he's one of my Instagram friends, and the amount of people that I have referred to him because of the photos that I posted online about this tour has just been incredible. So you know what? Like, I just love that. I love printing my photos. I love sharing my stories. I love sharing, you know, the meaning behind my photos and the why. And I really, really hope that that inspires you to get excited about your photos and your stories and doing something special with them as well. Okay. Even though I've kept my journaling very succinct here, girls. So let's talk about the pattern here. This particular pattern is great if you've got lots of pattern paper left over that you want to cut down. So I have actually created my scrapbooking layout using the scraps that were left over from my scrapbooking workshop kit, Enjoy the Ride. Now, Enjoy the Ride is this month's featured paper collection of the close to my heart product that I'm able to sell as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So you might have heard me talk about this before. When Close to My Heart made the announcement they were closing, we had 4 months worth of paper collections that Stampin' Up! Bought. So we are good for May, June, July and August. So I will continue to work with this collection through May. We've got another collection launching on the 1st of June, which is called Lake Life. And the way that the collection is set out is exactly what you guys are used to from when you did scrapbooking with me back in Close to My Heart days. So we have a featured paper collection, we have a hero page, artwork for cards, and then the paper and stickers. These are all the coordinating cardstock colours that give the inspiration behind the paper collection. We've got the paper packet is still available, and also the paper packet with sticker sheet is still available. I jumped on my website before I got online today and double checked what was still there because, guys, in case you didn't know, today, May 21, is free shipping day. So you can place an order on my website up until 11:59 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time tonight, and you will not pay for your shipping, okay? So the dots were still available. The two-tone cardstock has unfortunately sold out. However, You can buy bulk packs of all of the colour cardstocks that coordinate with this particular paper collection. If you don't want 24 sheets of one colour, then you can get your cardstock from me at my workshop, because I do have these colours available in bulk, and I do sell them as individual sheets of cardstock that you can use at my workshop. So the great thing about the scrapbooking workshop kit as well is that I was able to take individual sheets of this two-tone cardstock from my bulk packs, and I can then use it to bulk up what was left of the pattern paper. Okay, so coming back to the mini catalogue here, so the packet of the coordinating cardstock is sold out, but you can get the individual sheets from me at workshop, or you can buy them in bulk online. The coordinating card making stamp set with thin cut and the scrapbooking stamp set with thin cut are both still available to purchase. This is the scrapbooking workshop kit that I have got here as leftovers. There was quite a little bit of pattern paper left over, and one of the things I loved about our scrapbooking workshop kits with Close to My Heart is that we really promoted the consume versus collecting, right? So, you know, back in the day when I started with Close to My Heart 11 years ago, we had a workshop on the go kit, and we would create one layout and you'd be left with all of this product. Well, when we, over time, got better at doing the scrapbooking workshop kits, you were consuming what was in the kit versus collecting it, right? This particular kit did happen to have a little bit more of pattern paper left over than we would be used to. So this is where getting those individual sheets of cardstock at my workshop on hand is super helpful, because I've got this pattern paper left over. Why would I not want to use it, right? I've already created 2 extra layouts just using the scraps in my pattern paper. So the scrapbooking workshop kit is still available. If you are wanting to do the optional artistic technique, which is the stenciling, let me pull out, I've got some little samples in here. So I did teach the stenciling technique a couple of weeks ago, and we have got 2 stencils that came in this kit. There is a leaf stencil and also a little cloud stencil. So you get these stencils in the kit, and you are going to use the ink pads Honey Butter, Limeade, and also Seabrook. Now, the ink pads have unfortunately sold out. I did double check that before I jumped on today, and all of the stamp pads are gone except for Harbour and Bluebird. Okay, so if you are investing in the scrapbooking workshop kit and you are bringing this kit to my workshop in June or one of the other months down the track, you just need to let me know that you're going to bring it to work on it, because then I will make sure that we've got the Honey Butter ink pad, the Limeade ink pad, and the Seabrook ink pad on hand, so you can do your optional artistic featured technique. Okay, now I say optional because the instructional guide that comes with the kit does say that that technique is optional. So some of my customers choose not to do the technique. It is purely a personal choice. But again, another advantage of the scrapbooking workshop kit is that you are going to learn different techniques each month with the particular kit. So if you're doing the stenciling, you will need those stamp pads. You'll also need a packet of the blending brushes. I've actually got my blending brushes out in the other room, but just to give you an example, I still have my Close to My Heart blending brushes, but you can purchase a 3-pack of the blending brushes with me as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. They are $27 for a packet of 3. So they are pretty much a comparable product, to be entirely honest with you. And in fact, the bristle head is actually bigger than the Close to My Heart blending brushes as well. So you will need those for your workshop kit. The card making workshop kit is still available as well, girls. This comes with an exclusive stamp set and thin cut. And some of you might have noticed that the bulk paper for Enjoy the Ride is also available for sale on my website as well. So the bulk paper is a whole packet of these sheets here of double-sided paper. I think it's 20, is it 12 or 24 sheets off the top of my head? I didn't double check that before I got online. But the bulk pattern paper is the same as the paper that comes in the card making workshop kit. You can get a bulk packet of Enjoy the Ride for $19.25. Where this would be handy is if you are going to do lots of pages or an album project where you want to be repetitive with your pattern paper and have everything all coordinate. And then the baseline alphabet thin cuts did sell out. So that is it in terms of the product for Enjoy the Ride. But how cool that I have been able to create a single page scrapbook layout using the leftover from my kit. Now, I did have to get a sheet of French vanilla from my stock. I did have to get a sheet of honey butter. So we cut this down at 10 inches by 10 inches. And I did have some limeade left over as well. But all this pattern paper was left over from my scrapbooking workshop kit. So this pattern would be super handy if you have got pattern paper left over from a kit. And I've run through all the advantages of a 1 photo per page layout. So what else have I done here? Okay, so the stickers. This title sticker was left over from the sticker sheet in the workshop kit. This sticker sheet was also left over. This one, actually, I'm going to show you with the, I do have a packet of the pattern paper with the sticker sheet in stock still. So you can purchase your papers and stickers separately if you prefer to create freestyle. But this is this sticker here. Okay, so on one of the layouts that you're going to do for the 3 double page spreads, I actually cut that sticker off. So I just have the top of that sticker with the sun. And then I know I've got this leftover sticker here that I can use on another layout. And that's what I've done here. I've stuck it on my sun pattern paper. This here, hooray, this was actually a sentiment that said hooray for spring. I actually cut it off. I used hooray on another layout. I cut off the word for, and then I've just got spring here on the top with some 3D foam tape. I've got a little flower sticker that was left, a little butterfly sticker that was left, and a sentiment sticker. Here comes the sun. And if I show you what I still have left over from my sticker sheet, I've still got the zip strip here of the sticker sheet. And then I've got this title sticker here and this title sticker here. So I definitely can create another layout with these leftover stickers. So you are going to get great bang for your buck, guys, with the scrapbooking workshop kit. I've popped some of these stickers up on 3D foam tape. Now, there is going to come a time where you are going to run out of your 3D foam tape that I sold as a close to my heart maker. So I want to share with you some alternate options for your to your 3D foam tape, and that I sell as a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. So we call these mini Stampin' Dimensionals and then just Stampin' Dimensionals. So they're a self-adhesive foam mount. They're acid-free, so they're safe to go in your scrapbook with your photos. A whole pack of these is only $7.50, girls. I can't remember how many. It does actually say in the catalogue on my website, but you can see here there's like, let's open this up here, 4 sheets of the Stampin' Dimensionals here, and they're in like these little hexagon shapes. Oh no, 3 sheets. I can't count. 3 sheets here of the foam square. They are the same thickness as the 3D foam tape, the thin 3D foam tape that we had with Close to My Heart. So you've got the big size and then you've got this mini size, okay? And then if you're sticking down like long stickers or long sheets of cardstock, then you've got this pack of foam adhesive strips for $14.50. Pauline says she got the black ones. Oh, okay, the black ones. Yes, I'm with you. So these are white, but you can get them in black as well. So when you pull out one, you can see where you've taken the Stampin' Dimensional from. So these are long strips of adhesive. So if you are sticking down big stickers or big sheets of cardstock, rather than putting lots of these little ones on, you can actually cut your foam strips off at the length that you need them to be. So it's a little bit more versatile, I guess I would say. And you get 2 sheets of these in a pack, and they are the same width as well. So I'm starting to get in product that you can transfer over to once you've run out of your existing goodies. And these are also items that I will be permitted to have in stock as per the cash and carry policy. So you will never run out of your adhesives at the scrapbooking workshops, guys. I know how important it is to have those on hand. So these will be items that I will keep in stock for you to get as you are working on your own scrapbooking projects. Now, the other adhesive that I use, I also stuck down my photo. Can you see here? One of the things I love about the one photo layout, especially when you've got all this pattern paper in the background, is actually popping your photo up on 3D foam tape, just so it just gives that little bit more of an element that's, layered above the pattern paper. It doesn't look as busy. It just lifts it off a little bit. It's, I guess, more eye-catching as well, I think. And then what I've done to also embellish here, because I only had 1 dot left over. So I did use my leftover dots on last week's scrapbooking layout. I had 1 dot left over. But because I didn't have many stickers, I also put some of these wooden flowers on here as well, girls. So these were the wood grain die cut flowers. The sheets of the wood grain embellishments that I sold when I was a maker with close to my heart. So this is some of my stash, and I know that you girls would probably have some of these wood grain embellishments as well. So I've just punched them out of the carrier sheet and left them in the bag here. I probably will use these up for next week's layout, but I thought the wood grain flowers looked really pretty with the pattern paper. And I've actually stuck these on with my glue dots. So again, once you run out of your glue dots that you were using with me when I was a close to my heart maker, Stampin' Art have their own brand of non-toxic acid-free mini glue dots, and there's 300 of them in the box. And these mini ones as well, I've actually just peeled them off the carrier sheet and stuck them on the inside of the flower, and then I've placed them on there like so. It's a bit easier to use mini glue dots for your smaller embellishments than it is to try and get your adhesive rolled onto the back of the flower, especially when you've got these flowers that are open. So I've literally just put 1 little mini glue dot on the inside of the flower and then stuck that down. And last but by no means least, the artistic technique around the outside was doing the pen art, and I want to demonstrate that to you today. So where I got the inspiration from that for was there is pen art around this layout here. And then also when it came to doing my embellishment, I looked at the pattern that I was replicating and saw where they had their embellishments placed as well, and have kind of gone with that little bit of inspiration. So the how-to pattern books are not also great for you for cutting diagrams and instructions on how to lay your papers out, but also for you to put your embellishments on as well. So I have invested in a new Stampin' Write marker to do my journaling, and this is actually a double-edged pen. I did share this with you guys last week. So it is a double-edged pen, or more so I would say a marker. It's actually not a pen, it's a marker. And you can see that this one is more a calligraphy style end. And this one is 0.5 mils. It's basic black. It's a water-based dye ink. So I bought this just to have a bit of a play around with it and see how it felt for my journaling. My preference is more for a finer tip pen for journaling rather than this thick marker. So I have definitely put that in the suggestion box for us scrapbookers. My original journaling pen actually isn't here with me in the office. It's in my scrapbooking room just to show you. So even whilst this says it is 0.5 mils, it is a thicker, more marker tip. And I think having that fine tip for scrapbooking, I would say watch this space. I know that many of you have got your good quality journaling pens, so please hang on to that. And hopefully we can see a good quality journaling pen come into our market for us scrapbookers a little bit further on down the track. Okay, so how I've done my pen art here is I have used my clear ruler. So this is my T-square ruler. I don't have the T end here, but I didn't need to use that. And as you can see, some of my flowers have gone off the edges of the cardstock. So my suggestion to you, if you want to do this pen art technique around your 10 by 10 inch square, to do that first before you stick your embellishments down, because you can have them going off the page. It's going to be a little bit hard to journal around. So what I do is I pop my 12 by 12 inch layout on top of my Versamat. You can see that I'm using my ruled lines here, okay? And then there's actually grid lines here on your ruler. And so what I did was I brought this about 1/8 down underneath my 10 by 10 inch piece of cardstock, and I ruled the lines. So I've used my mat as a guide here, and I've just ruled the lines across intimately, leaving a gap, like a dash border, leaving a gap in between each of those lines, and coming a little bit out to the edge here, so then you can measure that 1/8 of an inch away from the cardstock on each side, and you can have your pen art join up here in the corner like so, okay? So I'm just going to use the back of this bit of cardstock as a scrap here for you. And this is why your Versamat with your ruled lines is so helpful, because you can use this as a guide to work with. And then you've got the grid lines on your ruler as well. Okay, so I'm just going to bring that about 1/8 down. So let's say I was doing this on the inside of this cardstock. So I would start a little bit in the pen art, a little bit in, and I would just go along and draw these dash lines. Oh, that one I pressed a little bit too hard, but that's okay. And then when I get to the end of my cardstock, I'm not going to go all the way in, because then when I turn this around this way and line that up, I can start about 1/8 of an inch in from the edge. And you can either meet that right up, or you can start a new border along the edge there. So it's really just a personal preference there. So it adds that kind of like really fun stitch border look. And I think doing that around the outside of my scrapbook layout, especially with this Stampin' Write marker with the black, it really just made that layout pop, and it just added a fun detail around what was just a plain 10 by 10 inch bit of cardstock. Okay, so you could do this around your cardstock base like I've done on my layout, or this now could be a journal box that I've used. I've done this one a little bit higher. This could now be a journal box that I can use, or I could use this as a photo mat and put a photo inside this. Cute. So how fun is that? On one side, we've got the stenciling technique that I did a couple of weeks ago, and on this side, you've got your pen art border. So it just really helps to make it pop. The black on the French vanilla really helps to make that pop. I love the two-tone effect of the cardstock as well. So again, you're getting more bang for your buck there by having the original side of Honey Butter on one side, and then your lighter side of Honey Butter on the other. So just a really fun technique that you can incorporate into your scrapbooking. I hope you have enjoyed today's Technique Tuesday class, girls. I am actually going to be creating pattern 2 this week, because I'm going to be up on the Sunshine Coast next Monday when I post our challenge for next week. And next week's challenge will be the last weekly scrapbooking challenge that I use the Enjoy the Ride featured paper collection. So as a reminder, all of the Enjoy the Ride product that I have shared with you is while supplies last. So if you had an existing Close to My Heart online or VIP account before they closed, then your email address is your ticket to be able to purchase that product on my website. If you did not and you want to purchase any of the May 2024 product release exclusive Close to My Heart products, you just need to contact me directly and I can place that order for you. Don't forget, today, May 21, is free shipping day. I can have the order shipped directly to you anywhere within Australia, or you can pick that up from me at Camden Park or at my next workshop if you are an existing customer attending my event in person. Have a great week, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see your one single page photo layout in our Facebook group. Take care.